am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk. Today is Tuesday. It's January the 4th, 2022. And I want to talk about an article that I seen from a credible, reliable source, Politico. And it's about The View. It says The View struggles to find a Republican. And this was dated December the 27th, 2021. And we're going to go over this. And again, it's saying, as we know, Meghan McCain left at the end of season 24. She announced, supposedly her fellow co-host did not know that she was going to be making the announcement that she was leaving. But I truly don't believe that. And just whenever looking back when she made it, no one seemed to be in shock. And definitely no one seemed to be sad that at her announcement, but she did leave, and so many people were so thankful, and so many people are still thankful that we no longer have to see John McCain's daughter sitting at a table or on a screen when she had no merits to have the job and the platform that she did. So it says nearly 6 months in, The View has yet to settle on a permanent replacement for Meghan McCain. And now, longtime co-hosts are upping the pressure to pick a successor. They're basically saying like Whoopi, Joyce, Sarah, I guess Sarah, because most people say Sarah's always kind of the little in between person. She doesn't really express her opinion. She always, I guess, kind of play it neutral. I guess would be the best word to say. Sunny. So it's supposedly they're not liking, because as we know, with season 25, they're in the current season 25. They have came back into the studios. At least when they came back in September, they were back in the studio. But as of yesterday, when they came back off of the 2021 Christmas and now 2022 New Year's break, holidays break, they are being back in their homes. They're shooting remotely from their homes because Whoopi tested positive for COVID. She's currently still out, expected to be back hopefully and prayerfully next week. And Sunny Hostin and her mother, while out on the Christmas break, had tested positive. But she did tell us on yesterday she has since tested negative, and her mom as well. I did notice today that Sarah was not on the show, and she had told us on yesterday that while she and her two oldest kids, which would have been her oldest son Alex and her daughter Sandra, had traveled to Florida, because that's where Sarah's parents and family members live in the state of Florida. So she said they had traveled there, and upon getting back, her husband had tested positive. But she did say that he had since tested negative, and she said that she had tested 4 times negative. So we don't know what's going on with Sarah. I think supposedly it was stated today that she had came in close contact, but again, that's probably another story that we can do some commentary on. But let's get back to this. So it's being said that the ladies are not liking what is now has been put in place, where they're doing rotating seats with guests co-hosting. Basically, people have given a 2-day, those that are supposedly a potential candidate to fill the permanent seat of the conservative voice, the Republican voice, in which Meghan McCain had held for 4 years, from 2017 until again the ending of 2021 for season 24. They're now trying to find that right voice. In what has been stated, they don't want someone that is basically a mega, make America great again, full out deranged Trump supporter. They don't want anyone is trying to say that the election, last year's 2020 presidential election, was stolen from Trump. They don't want anyone to give false narratives in regards to COVID. They are trying to find a supposedly quote unquote real Republican, but I'm trying to where are they? Because the Republican Party has really just gone absolutely crazy in how they are still flocking to, as Sonny often says, the twice impeached, one term former guy, 45. But it says before taking off for the holidays, I'm reading the Politico article. It says before taking off for the holidays, the four long-standing hosts of The View had a message for executive producer Brian Teta, and many of you, I'm sure, know Brian Teta. He is the, as you can say for short, EP, who's often on screen, interacting, conversating, directing the ladies as they're on when they're in the live. Or it says we're tired of the rotating cast of Republican guest hosts. When Meghan McCain departed in August, Teta initially told the Wrap that he was taking a little time to find a replacement. Since then, ABC has tried out a variety of conservative fill-ins, including Essie Cupp, Alyssa Farrell, Morgan Artress, Condoleezza Rice, Carly Ferrero, and Gretchen Carson. Now, I heard supposedly that Alyssa Farrell will be coming back, and she previously worked in the Trump administration, but did, I believe, it was after the incident with the trying to say the election was stolen and all that, she did resign. And many people, Carly Ferrero, she was an older lady, but from I remember her 2 days, she did kind of give a good, I guess they said you could say she gave a good interview, because they said that's what they're basically doing. Even though they're guest co-hosting, they're doing an interview live in real time. She seemed to have been a good. Now, they didn't mention Tera Sethmeyer, and as we know, I use the term allegedly, although we know this to be true because it had been stated when Meghan McCain was there that she had Tera Sethmeyer and former View host Sherri Shepherd banned from The View because of things she didn't like. And once she left, Tera Sethmeyer also was given the opportunity to guest co-host twice. So that is who I myself is pulling for, providing if they don't give it to Ana Navarro. I really don't understand why Ana Navarro is not being given this job, because she is still in the Republican Party. Yes, she puts country before party, and that's what she should do. She doesn't push any of those false narratives or those flat out lies of her, the people in her party. She stands on principle. Many say she often agrees with most, as they say, liberal panel, being Joy, Sonny, and Whoopi. Again, in my opinion, Sarah just there, the neutral balance of the bunch. That's who between it would be. If you were to ask me who my choice would be, Ana Navarro or Tera Sethmeyer. Okay, continuing on with this Politico article, it says nearly 6 months in, the show has yet to settle on a permanent replacement, and now the longtime co-host Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, and Sunny Hostin, and see they didn't mention Sarah Haynes, did they? Are upping the pressure to pick a successor and voicing their displeasure at having to introduce new guest co-hosts week after week in seemingly endless process that they find disrupted to the flow of the show. Now, this is from Politico, and supposedly, obviously, I guess someone leaked this information, shared this information with them. I mean, I don't know, because I'm giving my interjection here, my thoughts and my opinion. I mean, I know the ladies may be kind of maybe frustrated and tired, but at the end of the day, they're paid employees too. They're co-hosts too. Whoopi being the moderator, Joy being the moderator when Whoopi is out. I don't really see where they have the leverage to really, as this article is trying to make us think, or trying to persuade, suggest that they are just really pressuring the EP. I don't know, but hey, I'm on the outside looking in, and I'm trying to keep up because I do love The View, and I'm still hoping to one day have the opportunity for myself to be a guest co-host or just a guest to give my viewpoints on whatever may be going, whether it's political or, they often do pop culture, just in general, because we know Barbara Walters created this for viewpoints of 5 ladies to come to a table to give their viewpoints, different different cultures, different ethnicity, different beliefs, religion, political, and all of that. And see now, cause it didn't start off. The View was not, when it first happened 25 years ago, again with Barbara Walters and Bill Getty, it wasn't all political, but it has now, within as years has transpired or continues to go on, they seem to focus on political, just like when 2020 with the election, and when President Obama, and all of these is now, because now they're known as basically the #1 political TV show, The View. So, and my thing is, why rush it? We see what happened, but Meghan McCain was given the job because her dad. I mean, we already knew that. We found it out when she was announced, when she sat there, came on, said back in 2017, September, when Whoopi introduced her. And then when she made that announcement in August that she was going to be leaving, Whoopi made it even more plainer and clear that she was given the job because of the request of her dad, and him being such a good friend of Whoopi, and then just being who was known as, the maverick, and just a long-term beloved senator that had been in politics for years and years until his health, and then also at his passing. So Meghan was given the job because of her dad. That's just obvious. So I don't think, and we saw when they brought Abby Huntsman on, she was not a good fit. We'll leave it at that. So, and most people have said, now I'm gonna say this, I don't like Elizabeth Hasselbeck because, in my opinion, she claims to be a Christian, but when you still can support Donald J. Trump, and when she had came on that time when she had guest co-host, she used the talking about washing your hands, and when she was getting the sanitizer and all of that, and putting the sanitizer on her hand, we should wash our hand. In my opinion, still playing to Donald Trump, Trump's base. So, and I've heard a lot of other bloggers and people say, well, she's really true, she believes that stuff, she's a real conservative, Okay, maybe she is, but I didn't like her. In my opinion, she had somewhat a little snooty attitude too. So many people are wanting her to come back. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. Never say never, and of course, I guess it's always a possibility. But what I'm saying, because of The View being what The View is, millions of people watch this TV show. Again, now has become the #1 political TV show with 5 women, when all 5 are at the table. It should not be a rush decision. And again, I can understand, I can give some compassion, some empathy to the ladies' frustration, but they know what they dealt with Meghan McCain. This white privileged woman was so snotty, so self-entitled that she disrespected everybody. Claimed to have loved Whoopi, know the relationship that Whoopi had with her parents. Her first day on, she talked about she may have had off the record conversation with Whoopi. Whoopi looked into the camera and told John, Jay, and Cindy, we got her, and Whoopi did, until she just acted a complete butthole. So Whoopi had to wash her hands, especially when you gonna think you're gonna disrespect me, and I'm gonna continue to try and be your covenant. Come on, make it make sense. Joy is a woman like 79 years old, an elderly woman. She had no respect. Called the woman a bitch on national TV. Flip weed, talking about you get paid to listen to me. supposedly why Sarah even left when she had left and went to the show that didn't last that long. What was it, GMA Day, and Sarah and Strahan, then Sarah Strahan Sarah Kiki. Supposedly it was called Meghan. Sonny, she told Sonny, I don't know why you looking at me that way. I get paid to do this, Like I say, Rue, her, and Anna Spatz tried to get Karen DuPage, the makeup artist, fired, allegedly, but we know it's true, but we got to use the term allegedly. Had, like I say, a former co-host, Sherry Shepherd, banned because Sherry simply answered a question that was asked of her on Andy Live with Andy Cohen. And then that day, when Tera Sethmeyer was on there and she called Trump, the Republican base of a cult, Meghan didn't like it. So she using her power that she had to go to the upper hand people and say she won't be on if they have Sherry and Tera. So my point is this: all four ladies and Anna. Cause Anna had to tell her, "Hey, I'm 2 feet away. Don't be screaming at me like that." And then she couldn't. I don't know what you're saying. And because she got read on her own tactics of how she's always doing people, she got up and walked off stage live when they went to commercial break. And then now out with this book, Bad Republican, talking about how, she was throwing up because Joy told her she didn't miss her. She should have kept her mouth closed when it wasn't her turn to speak. But see, she always was doing what she was doing. But when someone gave her what she dished out, then she wanted to play the victim. So my point again, all of these ladies, Whoopi, Joy, Sonny, Sarah, Anna, Brian Teta, the entire View staff, team, audience, guests that had been on during the tension time Meghan McCain was there. Everyone knows. We the viewers know what it was like to have Meghan McCain, John McCain's daughter. So no, don't rush to just find someone. Yes, find the right person. And if you're going to stick with just gotta have a Republican, just gotta have a conservative, yes, she needs to be just that. But at my point, like I often say, why you gotta go outside when skills and talent is inside? What do I mean by that? Ana Navarro, why Anna can't simply have the job? So let me continue to read it. It says, right now we still do need a really conservative voice, Hostin told New York Magazine in November. And we need someone that's not duplicate of anyone else on the panel. Basically, you need to be you. And you need to be real in being you. According to a spokesperson for The View, the program will continue to audition potential hosts in the new year, bringing some women back for a second turn. Farrah will return in January. So Farrah, what's her name? Alyssa Farrah will be coming back sometime within this month. And the show will bring in other big names like Barry Weiss. I didn't like her either. She's guest host before. And supposedly, I think her and Meghan had a little rough because I think Meghan, at one point in time, they thought she was going to be Meghan's fill-in while Meghan was out on her maternity leave. And I think Meghan, anyway. And then Lisa Lane, she's a former View co-host. Neither of whom exactly fit the conservative label, while the network continues to conduct focus groups on the audience reaction. So we, the audience, and the viewers, have hopefully somewhat of a say in the determining factor. It says sources close to the show said that the search has stalled as executives struggle to find a conservative cast member who checks all the right boxes. They will not consider a Republican who is a denier of the 2020 election results, embrace the January 6th riots, or is seen as flirting too heavily with fringe conspiracy theories, or the mega wing of the GOP. But at the same time, the host will have credibility. We need to pause. You talking about a Republican and will have credibility? Yeah, that's why they're struggling. Continuing with mainstream Republicans, many of whom still support Donald Trump. The problem is that they bring people on under the mantle that this woman is a conservative and they never Trump. I think we kind of saw that with who's been also trending, Michelle Tafori. I did some commentary about her. You know, like they say, because she's a sideline NFL reporter. You never really know someone to things like this. You give them an opportunity to have a voice and sit in a different perspective that they normally been in, or to just really be who they are. Allow the guard to be taken off, and then they show us who, as Maya Angelou said, show us who they really are, and we're to believe them. It says the problem is that they bring people on under the mantle that this woman is a conservative when they've never Trump, so they don't represent the country, said one of the rotating guest hosts. At the same time, the anti-Trump conservative can't be seen too chummy with the other co-hosts. That, as you see, I'm like, okay, we're going to pause. Okay, I'm going to reread this. It says, at the same time, the anti-Trump conservative can't be seen as too chummy with the other co-hosts. The network market research shows the audience wants to see the women spar. Basically, I have those supposedly like little cat fights. And that's kind of sad. You know, I'm okay with people when you don't share the same views, same opinions, same perspective. Because you shouldn't. We shouldn't always be, you know, so agreeable and yes. I mean, that doesn't make you unique. That makes you like almost like a copycat. Where's your uniqueness? Where's your real thoughts and opinions? You see what I'm saying? So it said they don't want whoever becomes the conservative spokesperson, to be too charming. I mean, I want them to be friends, and they can. I think, and this, I guess, can kind of also go with Ana, because Ana has a rapport with the ladies. She has a real relationship on screen and off, and genuine friendship. And I still, and even with that, I do say Ana can do the job. Because her and Sonny kind of been having, because Sonny, it was a little after the lady Michelle Tafori was on, and when she was trying to do that absurd CRT analysis, and Ana kind of gave her thoughts about it, and even on today's show when Ana had they was talking about Christian Thompson, and Ana had said something, and Joy was like, well, just wait. You know, so Ana does, if she don't agree, she will speak out, and she would voice her reasoning, give her explanations as to why. And hey, that's still good. And there's no friendship that has been broken. When they leave, because like they used to say, they leave it at the table, but we have seen that has not always been the case. Because Meghan McCain used to go on Twitter, just like the time when Whoopi had to tell girls stop talking. She goes on her little rant where I would never stop talking. And then, like I say, how she went and wrote this book talking about Joy, you know, telling her to shut up, and how, you know, Whoopi had promised her dad that she was going to look after her, and she did. But, you know, I'm like, girl, stop playing victim. But let's continue on. It says, sources said that this has hurt the chances of Ana Navarro, a regular fill-in on the conservative chair who worked as a secretary for Joe Biden in 2020. She is perceived by the producers too friendly with the other hosts and not a traditional Republican. So I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. Not a traditional Republican, too friendly with the other hosts, because supposedly Elizabeth Hackensack, she was in Sherry Shepherd's wedding. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. We're going to continue on. They are truly looking for a unicorn, and we all know that's not even factual, a unicorn. Said a former show staffer. They want someone who's going to fight, but not too hard, because they don't want it to be ugly and bickery. Again, going back to what Meghan McCain took the show to. Just flat out, as most people say, housewife status. She served, her delivery was just completely horrible, and everything was served on a trash can lid. And she was so obnoxious and so self-entitled. They want him to be able to have disagreements and maybe sometimes, yes, get heated. But at the same time, they don't want you just, where you thinking someone may actually get into a physical altercation, or it really becomes very ugly with the bickering and all of that. It doesn't help that there's a perception that whoever sits in the conservative host slot is on borrowed time, with prominent Republican former co-hosts like Nicole Wallace, Elizabeth Hasselbeck, Abby Huntsman, and McCain leaving the show with claims of being bullied by their co-hosts and ABC executive on set and off, while veterans like Goldberg, Whoopi Goldberg, and Behart, Joy Behart, have thrived. And we know Meghan went on recently with S.E. Cupp, who had guest co-hosted on Andy Live, talking about she was bullying out her girl. You weren't bullied out of the job. People just got tired of your BS. You were the bully. It says sources said that the show was eager to recruit young libertarian Kat Tiff, but she turned them down because of the show's reputation for treating conservative poorly. And her contract with Fox, Tiff declined to comment to Playbook. Others have said that the show has a responsibility to fill the conservative chair with a strong Republican co-host ahead of the midterms if they're going to be credible. If they're going to be a credible political talk show. And I can agree with that, because again, the 2020 election was it was a good time for the View. And now we're back. Biden has already had a year of being the president, the 46th president. We see where we're still at. We see we're still in the pandemic. We see we're still so much division between the two parties. And because Trump, he's no longer there, but his base and the Republicans are still very much Trump MAGA all the way. So I get why they saying, because again, we know the View is basically a political show, and they do want to continue to be that number one political TV talk show, especially with women. Excuse me, with women being the ones that's bringing the news and everything, are doing the talking and commentary, speaking and having the guests and all of that. So yeah, they do need, because obviously, it's a political show, and we are in 2022, and midterms will soon be approaching. So the article ends with this. It says, our plans are on track as we continue to look for the right person to join our panel of smart, dynamic women, said a View spokesperson. We look forward to welcoming guest co-hosts for a return appearances and introducing new names into the midst of the new year. So that is the article from Politico in regards to the View is struggling to find a Republican. Again, I say, I don't think, and I don't want them to, and I don't think they will just rush. Excuse me, because they too know the seriousness of needing the right person. And I understand the other ladies, and they named Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny specifically. They didn't name Sarah, cause like I said, Sarah, she's that neutral balance to the bunch. Don't really just bring a whole lot, in my opinion. She's fortunate, and I know she's thankful and grateful for her job, because I mean, to have that platform is just, it's truly a blessing. But they shouldn't rush this. So to Brian, Teta, to Miss Kim, Godwin, keep doing what you're doing, because we know, and I know that you all know, the viewers know, the audience know, and the ladies know, it's got to be the right person. It has to be. We cannot get a repeat of John McCain's daughter. We can't get a repeat of Abby Hunt. She too was, she said she was a moderate Republican. That's how she identified herself. We can't have another her nuance, really bringing nothing to the table, nothing of substance. We got Sarah there. So, but again, if I were to give my suggestion, it would be Ana Navarro or Tera Sethmeyer. But we shall see how this unfolds. But I'm going to leave it with this. Do not rush it. Because if you do, it will be a repeat of a Meghan McCain. And we all see how that unfolded for 4 years. We can't afford that. The View cannot afford that. Because again, this is your credibility of the show that is currently in 25th season. We want to continue to see as many more seasons as possible. I am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk. If you enjoyed this commentary, please subscribe to my channel. Please share. And please like, subscribe, share. Thank you so much.